Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to the first episode of Let's Face It, when you get real information through the school staff here at Westside Leadership Academy with your own FACE liaison, which stands for Family and Community Engagement. A FACE liaison is a parent advocate, so yes, we are bringing the information via social media, internet, whatever have you got to see it through a FACE liaison, which is me, Lanaya Jackson. And today we are interviewing one of our very own school counselors, Miss Sharon Cooper. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My focus here today is to give you guys information on how you can stay in tune with your students' academic progress.
Yes. So I'm going to start asking you some questions, Miss Cooper. And parents, I just need you to chime in. If you are watching a replay, make sure you put hashtag replay. And if you have some questions behind the questions that I ask, please ask on this video, and we will make sure that Miss Cooper could get back with you with the answers if need be. Okay, sorry, we got announcements going on.
Cougars, our focus area for this month is advocacy. Cougars, speak up for what is right, bring about positive change.
I have announcements at this time.
We're just going to get the announcements.
Okay, we're going to get the announcements.
Cougars,
Okay.
make sure you're in class every period on time. Please note that there is a 2-minute warning bell to alert students to head into their classes. Students, we will begin hostilities to make sure you're in class on time every period, every day. The accumulation of tardies will result in disciplinary actions like attendance and onset. Make sure that you're not tardy to any class. Students, please help our security staff when you enter the building. Please have your Chromebooks out of your bag and headphones off so that the entry process can run smoothly. If your Chromebook is not out of your bag, you will be asked to exit and re-enter the scanner. Attention students, it is that time again for the academic Super Bowl. This year's topic is Ireland in the 20th century. The subject areas are math, science, English, social studies, and fine arts. Please contact Mr. Garland, Mr. Snell, Ms. Holly, and Ms. Wilson to show your intent to compete and receive your information package. Football, spring conditioning is here. If you're ready to put in the work to prepare for the upcoming season, join us Monday through Thursday from 3:45 to 5 p.m.
This reminds me of
All
something.
participants must be in the weight room on time and come dressed appropriately. No excuses. Be ready to work hard and get better every day. If you have any questions, see Coach Barbara. Students, tomorrow, Friday, March 21st, will be an in-person school day. We will have an early release and students will be dismissed at 12:30 p.m. We will have a parent-teacher conference from 12:45 p.m. to 3:45 p.m. During the sixth period today, Jazz will sponsor the Tank versus DC basketball game. Tickets will be sold during the lunch hour and no tickets will be sold at the door. An announcement will be made when students with blue wristbands to be allowed to go to the main gym. All students should report to their fifth period class. Juniors and seniors, the prom is May 17th. Make sure you're in class every day on time. If you do not qualify for the first ticket purchase window, you will have another window for the first day. Tickets become available to 3 weeks later. Next will remain the same. 80% or better attendance, 0 suspensions, no more than 2 Fs. Our goal is 90% or better attendance. A reduction in and out of school suspension by 50% or more, and an increase in the number of students meeting benchmarks on the SAT, math, reading, writing, or both. We will have an incentive-based challenge for the month of March for all students who meet the goals. This month's incentive will be a skate party on April 8th. Let's do our best, Cougars, and meet our goals. Pause up, Cougars.
Okay, so we're going to continue on. Sorry about the announcements, but they need it. But also, I wanted to reiterate that tomorrow is a student in-person day, half a day, and then parent conferences will be between 12:45 p.m. and 3:45 p.m. Originally, we had the whole day out, but no students will be in attendance, half day tomorrow, okay? Okay, so now, once again, I'm with Miss Sharon Cooper, and this is for the parents who just need to know from 9th to 12th grade what they need to do or need to know for their scholar in order for them to graduate, their academic process, things of that nature. So my first question to you, Ms. Cooper, is how can parents learn how their scholars are performing academically in their current sessions and classes?
Okay, so that's an awesome question because it's so important for students to know that their parents are actively involved in their education. So my favorite 4 ways for parents to get that information, number 1 is Skyward. If you are not connected to Skyward, then there's definitely a tutorial on the Gary Community School webpage that will walk you through how to set up your account so that you can always see your students' academic progress, and it also gives you information on their attendance, which we all know is directly related or correlated with their academics. Okay. So Skyward is my all-time favorite. The first thing that you want to do is make sure you're connected to Skyward.
Yes.
And then also emailing your teachers, like your student have a schedule. So ask your student, who's your 3rd hour teacher, who's your 5th hour teacher, and what's your schedule look like, and then you can actively email those teachers and ask for a phone conference or ask for an in-person conference. The staff directories are on the Gary Community webpage for each school. So even if you don't really know the email of that teacher, then that's where you can get that information. Okay. My 3rd way is to contact your student's counselor. Now we're broken down by last names. So if your student's last name begins with A through DI, I'm their counselor. DO through KE, Miss Bacon is their counselor. KI through Robinson, that's Miss Fleming Collier is their counselor. And then Roby through the end of the alphabet, that would be Miss Benson. So we do see their grades. No, we don't actually see how they're actively making their grades, but we do see them. And so and we also see their attendance. So if you're interested in either of those, either one of those information about your student, you can definitely, contact their counselor. But my all-time favorite, and I know Skyward is one of my favorites, but my all-time favorite is in-person visits. In-person visits are just invaluable because of the fact that that lets your student know that you're still actively involved. For whatever reason, I've seen, kind of witness.
Happy Thursday, Cougar. Please check your email.
1 second.
There are a list of seniors that will need to report to LLCD to complete the Guthrie Scholarship. Once again, teachers, please check your email. There are a list of seniors that will need to report to LLCD to complete the Guthrie Scholarship. Thank you.
As I was saying, I have been in all of the different grades. So I was a first grade through 5th grade teacher. And I've been in high school. I've dabbled a little bit with middle school. And what I noticed that we have so much parent involvement when students are younger. And then as they get older, the numbers start to dwindle. But in my opinion, their high school years are the most critical because these are the last 4 years that you still have a safety net for your student where you can still guide them. And so because of that, that's where we need to really, clamp down on them and really make sure that we're watching, their academic progress and what they're doing.
Yes.
And so my all-time favorite is in person. Definitely, make an appointment with your child's teacher and or counselor so that you can come in and get that information. And, when your students see you come in and, like my mom is actively involved, they make more of an effort to complete and do what their teachers are asking them to do. Yes. So that's my all-time favorite one.
Okay. I love that. And also, I would like to add, as far as with Skyward, as a face liaison, we do help with resetting Skyward passwords. We can help, get you into your Skyward as well. If you don't even know how to download Skyward and things of that nature, as a parent advocate, face liaison, we are here to help you as well. The face room is open for all parents to come in, and we can give you the help that you need, okay? So my next question to you, Miss Cooper, because you said a lot with the first question. How can a scholar prepare for standardized tests like the SAT or ACT?
Okay, so
I skipped over. I did.
Well, for the most part, SAT Prep is a class that's aligned in our student schedule. So 9th, 10th, and 11th graders actually have an SAT Prep in their schedule. So what's great about that is that the students are connected to Khan Academy, and Khan Academy is directly connected to College Board, which is aligned with SAT Prep. So by it being aligned with SAT Prep, that gives our students, a little, some additional help with the SAT and the academic standards that are going to be on the SAT.
Okay.
As far as the ACT is concerned, there are a lot of like prep books out there that that they, a student can use. I'm starting to see that that our students take more SAT as opposed to ACT, but there are still prep books out there for them. Also, I like to Google, and I like to get on the internet and Google. So there are a lot of free prep books out there, and programs that students can get additional help with SAT and ACT. So yeah, but we directly align our students with Khan Academy. That's what we use a lot, and that helps out with SAT prep.
Okay, so I have a follow-up question to that. Is the SAT or ACT necessary for a scholar to enter into college?
Okay, so it makes you more marketable.
Gotcha.
So it was a time during COVID where it was, you didn't have to necessarily take the SAT or ACT, and then you were still admitted into colleges.
Okay.
Now they're going back to the traditional way of admitting students, and they are looking at those scores. And I believe that even though then when they said that it was test free, I believe they still looked at those scores just to see who is prepared for college. So one of the things that is great about the state of Indiana, we give one free test to our juniors. It's called SAT School Day.
Nice.
And so we just finished testing. So all of our juniors have that free first SAT score if they participated in the SAT. So and then obviously our 9th graders that will be rising 10th graders in 2 years, they'll take it. Our 10th graders will take it next year.
Okay.
So that is a way to for them to be exposed to the SAT that first time. They can also take the SAT on the weekends because there are weekend administrations.
Nice.
We do have free waivers, so students don't even have to pay for the SAT, which could be a very expensive.
That's good. Yeah.
So they can contact any one of their counselors to get a waiver, so that they can, take it again. Maybe they didn't particularly like their score the first time they took it, then they can definitely take it again, during the weekends. So all they have to do is go online and see when those test dates are. And I think we have it posted in our guidance department, those weekend administrations of the SAT and ACT.
Awesome. And I can say for a fact that the school counselors are very good at making sure they display all information in the guidance office. So if you need any information, you could go there and you're going to see it. That's for real. Okay, so my next question is, as far as college planning, what is the process for college applications and what deadlines should parents and scholars be aware of?
Okay. What we like to encourage our students to do is to fill out what's called the Common Application. The Common Application is it's an app, and students can go online, Google it, and what it does is it gives a student that one time to do an application, but that application is sent to several colleges at one time. So there's like a drop down list of the different colleges that are connected to the Common App. And at that point, they can do all of those applications. That one application will satisfy all of those different colleges.
Okay.
Now, colleges have different deadlines. So the deadline varies. It's very hard to say, what's the deadline. There are deadlines for early admissions as well as just deadlines in general. But that's one of the ways that we really encourage our students to do the Common Application and the Black Common Application. So the Black Common Application focuses on our HBCUs, and
Nice.
So they can get the traditional colleges in the Common App, but then we can also have them to fill out that Black Common Application. And then a lot of their fees, a lot of colleges have like the admissions fee or application fee, excuse me. But within the Common Application, we can waive those fees.
Okay.
So that's
Nice.
why that's an awesome tool. All of our seniors have a class embedded in their schedule called College and Preparing for College and Careers.
Okay.
And what all of our teachers help focus our students on getting those applications done. And so that's one of the ways that we make sure we satisfy exposing our children to the applications for college and
That's
their
good.
deadlines.
That's good. Thank you so much for that information.
You're welcome.
Okay, so the next question I have is, what are the steps involved in creating a college list that aligns with a scholar's academic profile and interests?
Okay, so again, going back to the internet, and I know like people say that's so generic, but the internet has a lot of great information out there that focuses on preparing for college and careers. So for the most part, there's a program called Agilities, and it's sponsored by the DeBruce Foundation. And so if you type in Agilities, then by the DeBruce Foundation, there is something there called the Agilities Profiler. Once you do the Agilities Profiler, it gives you kind of what you're good at and what your interests are. So
Okay.
it combines the two. And in doing that, that helps you to select a college that probably would fit you better. There are also tools inside the Agilities that will help you to see the different colleges, their what aligns best with you as far as careers is concerned. So that's one of my favorite tools that I have expose students to is the Agilities tool. But again, career interest inventory, there are several ones out there, and one of the ones that's a free tool, like I think it's called Career Free Planning Tool, and again, it's free. And it gives the students an opportunity to go in, do that career interest inventory, and then it will connect them with like a field that they may be interested in, for example, health or education or business. Okay. So there's a lot of different tools out there. It's just a matter of searching and going looking for them. But they're there. They're definitely there.
I love that, and I love free. If it's free, it's for me.
Free, yes.
Okay. I mean, especially if you have to pay for college, you want as many free options as possible, so
Absolutely.
you can just focus on making sure your child's scholarship, whatever, if they don't have a scholarship, their college fees are paid for. So I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so my next question is how can scholars research different colleges and universities effectively?
Okay, so I kind of answered that with the Common App because
Common App, okay.
Yeah, but also we take our kids on like college tours.
Yes.
And so in college fairs. So when we go to our college fair, like for example, we went to the Urban League one that was back in I think September. That gave our children an opportunity to see different colleges, and at that moment, you know, as they were walking around and visiting those colleges, then that was kind of their in-person college search. After that, when they come back to the school, then again, I'm sorry, I'm an internet queen. Go back to that internet and then actually go to that college, type in that college. And, some colleges actually even have virtual college tours where they can actually learn more about that college via the college tour. So, again, going to college fairs is a very effective way of searching different colleges, but also just, doing that major search that would help them to, be able to, see the differences between the colleges that may fit them.
Okay, awesome. And you already answered about the college visits and fairs, so I don't have to ask that question. Okay, so.
By the way, I'm going to cut you
No,
off,
sorry.
but we do have a college tour that we're going to. Our students are going to Purdue Northwest, our seniors. They're going April 25th.
Nice.
And
okay.
so, again, just exposing them to what's local, but also, just the whole college campus and what that looks like. And so we're taking them there. We just took our seniors to IUN March 5th.
Right.
So, again, just that in-person visits to these different college campuses, we're hopeful that it sparks or ignite the desire to want
Yes.
to go to college, even if it's not far, but it's still an experience
Yes.
that students need to take.
And I would like to add also that we do have other programs here as well, such as GAPS. And I could say I have a senior, and my senior actually got accepted into Purdue. And I was so excited. So I'm happy to hear that he gets a chance to go on that tour so he could know exactly, what he's about to jump into. So I don't even, like, he went to the IUN tour. So I'm like, okay, but he said he wants to go to Purdue. I'm like, how do you know? You haven't been there. But now he really has a chance to say, okay, do I want to do IUN or do I want to do Purdue? Because I know he doesn't want to go far. He wants to stay by his mom. So that's great. So remember, April 25th, if you have a senior, they're going to Purdue.
Yes.
Okay, so also my next question to you, Ms. Cooper, is what are the available financial aid options, and how can the scholar or scholars apply for them?
All right, so for the most part, we have had FAFSA nights. So, FAFSA is our federal aid for students who are trying to go to college. And as a matter of fact, we had a FAFSA night like 2 nights ago. Because the FAFSA deadline is approaching fast, April 15th, we will have, I know, another FAFSA night.
Good.
So parents, and if you're struggling with that FAFSA, and it does fight back, it can be, challenging. Please come in. We will let you know the next one. I was, kind of over hearing GAPS say that they were trying to put together a virtual one sometime next week. I hope the information gets out to you guys in time. But what will take you at home an hour and a half, if you're unfamiliar with the FAFSA, will take you about 20-25 minutes with someone that can help you. What I witnessed 2 days ago when we had the FAFSA night, parents actually having a sigh of relief when they walked out of there because they were really frustrated. And because we had Dr. Jackson and his team, Mr. Jones from Europe, they were there to help really sit down and walk parents through that FAFSA. Yeah. And so what I normally would have taken an hour and a half took maybe 30 minutes because they had those people there to help them get through those small glitches that may have taken you at home sometime because you just didn't know what they were asking you.
Exactly.
So definitely filling out that FAFSA, even if you're not sure, if your child isn't sure if they're gonna go to college, still fill it out, because it's better to have filled it out and not need it than to need it and not have filled it out. And they're very strict about that deadline. April 15th is that deadline. And so once that closes, then they will only allow you to make corrections, but corrections to applications that are already in there.
Got you.
So yeah, that's the way to make sure that your child at least is in line for financial aid.
Right, I love that, and I can say for a fact, I just received some mail where it had my son's name on it, but he was like, "Open it up," because I didn't. It looked important, you know.
Yeah.
It was a letter saying, "Hey, that
Yeah.
deadline is approaching
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah.
Make sure you filled it out."
Right.
So I may be in the next night because even though we filled it out, I just want to make sure it was
Right.
filled
It's
out
correct.
correctly.
Right,
So that is
exactly.
great to know, parents.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So we're gonna go into the extracurricular activities.
That's my favorite.
Okay, yes, because I even want to know for my son's sake, you know, what he may need. Okay, so what extracurricular activities are available that could possibly align with a scholar's interests?
Okay, so we have so many extracurricular activities at Westside Leadership Academy. Okay, we have a number of sports for our girls and our boys. In the fall, we have football. For our girls, I think it's tennis. We have cross country for boys and girls. In the winter, we have basketball for boys
course.
and girls. We have swimming. We also have wrestling. In the spring, we have girls and boys, softball and baseball. We have girls and boys track, my favorite. And then I'm thinking boys swimming is in the spring.
Okay.
So only your child know what they're interested in. I'm not going to come out for baseball because I'm not interested in it. I may come out for track because I am interested in it. So those programs are after school. We do provide transportation. After school, if your student is interested in participating in a sport, they definitely can, get on the bus after the sport is over, and transportation, like I said, is available. We also have other activities like Westside Theater Guild.
Yes.
We have the
Dance.
band, we
Yeah.
have dance, we
Yes.
have majorettes. So, like I said, we have a sprinkle of a lot of things that our students can be involved in based on their interests. So, we have a lot of things here.
Okay, so I do have a follow-up question, because what if the child is not even interested in sports or band or dance? Is there anything else outside of that they could participate in? I could say, I know my son been coming home with jam. And I'm like, is that part of an extracurricular activity? It was through the Purdue program, I believe. I had to sign a form, and he said he was making jam. Do that count as, something towards his extracurricular activities?
Okay, so I'm not really sure I understand your question, but what I will say is this.
Okay.
I encourage our students to participate in something. Here's why.
Okay, got you.
Because of the graduation pathway and what our students need to actually graduate their senior year, Bucket 1, and we often call them buckets, but they're actually requirements for their diploma.
Okay.
So the first requirement is them having their credits, and so they can't get around those. That's like 40 credits.
Right.
But their bucket 2, which is their second requirement, is extracurricular activities or employability skills. That's what it's called.
Okay.
So when they participate in extracurricular activities, as we spoke of, it satisfies that bucket 2 of their graduation pathway. So it's important to encourage them to get involved in something. Because you feel like you're a part of something, and it shows that you do have those employability skills because you can work within a team. And so that's why it's important to encourage them to to participate
yeah.
after school. But as far as that actual program, I'm not familiar.
That's fine.
But we do have a lot of activities
Yeah,
here.
yeah, that's probably.
Oh, I forgot one of my favorite ones too is the fashion club. And that's
Oh,
something
yeah,
that,
that's
you know,
right.
a lot of the students like fashion club. But we actually have students who are learning to sew in the fashion club.
And they're wearing it.
And they're wearing it, yes. So,
Yes.
I mean, that's just, you know, like I said, just a few. And I apologize if I'm skipping anybody else's,
Yeah.
you know, activities that they have after school. But those are the ones that I physically see for myself.
Okay, awesome. So I think you already answered the question about participating in clubs or sports. So we do have clubs as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so we got clubs. And it does look on the college application.
Mhm.
So are there
That's
any
great.
leadership opportunities within the school that could benefit the scholars? Like, do you know of anything else right now?
Only thing I can think of off the top of my head is I know we have student ambassadors. And so they serve as our leaders in the building, and they do, you know, quite a few things. When we have visitors in the building, usually they're greeted by our student ambassadors.
Yes.
We also sometimes when we have new students that come in, you know, our student ambassadors take them around and kind of help them to feel comfortable, you know, within the school environment. So as far as the leadership roles, I would say that's probably one of our bigger programs is our student ambassadors.
I love that. I love it so much. Okay, so let's go on to the general questions.
Okay.
How does the school support scholars with learning differences or disabilities?
Okay, so our school has what's called, you know, we have a special needs coordinator, Miss Weems, and she actually, you know, worked with our parents, our staff, you know, the students on those getting accommodations for our students that, you know, have special needs. Those students that have special needs have what's called an individualized educational plan, which is called an IEP. And within their IEP, you know, we make accommodations for whatever their, you know, their speciality is. So that's basically how we, you know, address those students that have special needs. We have some of our classrooms have co-taught teachers who are in the classroom to support and give the teacher within that classroom support with those students that may have some special needs. But you know, just basically the IEPs and the co-taught classrooms are just a few ways that we support our special needs population.
Yeah, and I would like to add that we probably have some of the best paraprofessionals here. I see them every morning throughout the day, and I could say that they have like very great patience with our children, our special population children. So I love that so much, and I love the fact that it's support even all around. We don't step on, you know, on what the paraprofessionals do, but we make sure that all around there's support for our special population.
Absolutely, because they help provide that like smaller group instruction, and they also help provide like when students have like maybe extended time to complete assignments, that paraprofessional may be able to aid with that student doing that. So you are absolutely right. Shout out to our paras.
Yes, shout out.
Because you are absolutely right. You know, we work as a team here to make sure our students receive all that they need to be successful. So
yes. Okay, so this is our last question. What communication channels, I think we already answered this in a way, are available to stay informed about the scholars' progress? So we already went through that. So we brought it in with Skyward. We're going to talk about Skyward once again because it's very important.
Yes.
So
definitely parents, Skyward can be your best friend because literally it tracks what your student is doing academically. So there's never a blindsided moment. You know what your student is doing if you are connected to Skyward. You also can see their attendance. So again, Skyra can be a best friend, but also tuning into opportunities like this, like live, like Facebook live presentations, and even our Gary Community School Facebook has a lot of information on what's going on in schools. So just as I said before, just making sure that you're aware if you see something that, like how do you go from an A to a C in 4 weeks? Hey, an in-person visit is awesome, because at that point you can talk to that teacher, and you will be able to basically hear for yourself what your child is or isn't doing. So again, I cannot stress enough getting in here and letting the teacher put a name to a face. Oh, this is Johnny's mom. And so at that point, now we have a connection, a partnership, to make sure Johnny knows that we're on the same page and we're trying to get the best for Johnny. So
yes. And so I appreciate you so much, Ms. Cooper, for answering these questions. And I could say, as a parent myself of a student that is a senior, you answered a lot of questions for me as well. You would think I would know it all, but I don't. And that's the best part about...
I don't either.
Right? But that's the best part about being part of the school district and actually being involved. You have a team of people that is willing to help you and answer your questions. If one person don't know it, we're going to find a person that do know. Okay. And so this conclude our first episode of Let's Face It. And parents, like I said, or anybody, if you just have any questions, please ask your questions, #replay in the comments, and put your question down, and we will do our best to get you the answers. Thank you once again. And until next time, bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.